gamers. Controversial gaming opinions by the BitBlock. Now, I was led under good authority by Mayro herself, the verified Checky extraordinaire. Here is the note that was left. Might be she blatantly hate her energy for a Moresty stream. Immediately, as soon as I saw that, I started rubbing my hands. I'm here for it. Not so much analysis, more of a point and laugh segment, I think. So gamers, get your pointing fingers ready. But hey, let's admit anyway. I watched this person for a while, and despite how much this video comes across as bait, he's been consistent with these opinions over the last 10 years. Around the start of the Switch era, he stopped uploading because he lost interest in Nintendo and had negative things to say, but has come back in the last couple of years. Is this like a Demeech Light? Demeech Jr.? Is that what this is? I used to watch this guy for a good number of years. Ooh. So you guys can verify that he's not like trolling, epic trolling for the epic algorithm. If he is, then I don't think it worked as well as he intended. But either way, let's see if the takes are in fact controversial. Will your goat be washed? And listen, I had to experience my goat being washed. You guys need to know the experience of your goat being washed, okay? And he's not King K isn't washed. He just had a bit of a stinker, okay? He's gonna shower himself up. He'll be fine, okay? He'll be fine. Demeech from Temu. Not yet. Hold, Mr. Lucid. You're jumping the gun a little. We'll wait till it's point and laugh worthy. Let's start.
Greetings and salutations, my fellow gamers.
There is no way on God's green earth you actually sound like that.
It would be an excellent endeavor to make a video where I talk about my
Chat, help me. There's no way he actually sounds like that. There's no way he's... I'm gonna bust the gut. Don't point it out. It's okay. It's a bit. All right. Thank the Lord.
I thought it would be an excellent endeavor to make a video where I talk about my controversial video game opinions.
I don't know. You could have fooled me if I'm being honest, BitBlock, with the setup, the shirt as well. Like, you look like the kind of person who would sound like this. This is the kind of voice that Gen Zers do when they want to take the piss out of millennials. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you're doing some friendly fire here, BitBlock. Come on, get to the takes.
Guys, we're going to talk about controversial video game opinions.
Okay.
You'll notice that I'm not really that controversial anymore, and that bothers me.
Also, self-aware at least, I suppose, eh?
Because, you know, it's nice to know that people hate you because it means you're doing something right.
Not necessarily wrong, but the kinds of people who say that are the exact same kinds of people that say, I'm just an honest person. I'm just an honest person. It's like the fact that you have to... Usually the kinds of people who say that, who announce that they're just honest. They're just honest, tend to just be extremely prickish and dickish and cuntish. So when you quote the Eminem line, you're not wrong. It's just everyone who I've ever met who quotes the Eminem line tends to be a cunt. So, hey, maybe you might be the first. Let's find out.
So I'm gonna let out all my toxins into the internet, because it's been a while, like I said. These are my controversial gaming opinions. Now, remember, if you're in the comments section angry about anything I say, you're a moron, because you're watching...
Okay, hey, I fuck with it, I'm gonna be honest. You seem kind of angry already going into this BitBlock, I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna hear that again, though? Hang on.
If you're in the comments section angry about anything I say, you're a moron.
Real?
You're watching a video that is specifically about controversial opinions related to video games.
I won't be angry. I'm laughing.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna love saying this. You ready?
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
I mean everything I'm gonna say in this video.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
There is not a single good Sonic the Hedgehog game.
Oh, come on, really? All of that build-up to do the most IGN take on planet. Oh, come on. Come on, all of that build-up and you give me Sonic was never good. Come on, brother. At least like shit on the Pikmin stands or something, you know? Come on. Really? No good. Hang on. The lot post-Shadow Generations? Side-eye, my brother. Side-eye. 2 out of 10, minus 2 out of 10 rage, mate. The pointing and laughing is happening. It's already happening in the chat. Let's continue.
It's true. I know that's a bit
I had to pause. It is a bit of a meme, yeah, right.
Sonic games.
It is.
There are no good Sonic games. He sucks as a character. The games all feel floaty and stiff and clunky. Sonic, as a character, is literally a focus-tested character. They said, what do little boys like in the 1990s? Oh, he's fast. He wears cool sneakers. He's got pointy, He's got pointy hair or whatever you call it. It's like he's so focus tested to try and appeal to little boys. He was like the.
I mean, it worked, did it not? It worked on me. Cool, edgy, attitude, blue. Like, come on, brother. Come on.
Your face, yo, what's going on kind of guy.
Yeah,
Sonic
man.
is no better than Tack or Gex or any of those stupid.
And I love every single one. Well, I'm not too familiar with Croc, but Bubsy, I ironically love Bubsy. It's just a shame the games were shit. Gex, from all the clips I've seen of Gex, he's a funny fella. I've just never played the games. If Rystar is like this, I want to play me some Rystar. Like, you make it seem like this archetype of character is bad. Does that make sense? I want, in fact, I want a bit more of this archetype of character. Not too much more, but I would like a bit more of this archetype of character. You know, I would like a bit more.
Mascots from the 90s that were designed just to be edgy and cool.
Yeah.
The games were lame. Sonic should have died many, many years ago. I think, listen, this is controversial. I'm going to say what I want. I think the only reason Sonic still exists is because he appeals to people with autism.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ. BitBlock, you're not supposed to say the quiet bit out loud. You're not supposed to say that. Like me, I kind of dance around it as a joke, you know? I'm like, I wonder why you guys like Sonic so much. Like, I dance about it as like a meme, you know? You're not supposed to. That's a bit mean, isn't it? Like, there's being a controversial opinion, and then there's just being a bit mean, isn't it? Come on. Come on. What is the difference between saying Sonic fans are all autistic, which is effectively what you said, and black people all like chicken, huh? What's the difference? It's just racism. But instead of black people, it's blue people. I don't know, BitBlock. I don't know, brother. You came back just to be racist against blue people. I don't know, man. One is true. Which one is that? Hey, Starlight. Hey, which one's that? Which one's that, huh? I'm not saying which, but hey, Starlight, I appreciate that.
I'm not knocking people with autism. I'm just saying that.
I mean, it sounded like it, but
people
sure.
with
All
autism
right.
love Sonic for some reason. I think there's.
There's an article about it as well. Ralph Moller said it, therefore it must be true. Abelism is sure a controversial opinion. To be fair, that is true. You're not wrong. That is a bit controversial. Not really much to do with gaming. It kind of tangentially does, I suppose.
Even been scientific studies done around that, but Sonic really needs to be killed. I'm on Team Robotnik, Eggman, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what his name is, but he should kill Sonic. And every one of the Sonic characters should die. They're stupid. The games suck. It's never been good. There's not a single good Sonic game. The movies are garbage too, by the way. Those movies are.
Wow, really? So no joy, no whimsy? Really? Sonic 3? Really? That's crazy, brother. I'll be real with you.
Good as the Alvin and the Chipmunks movies.
And those were kind of funny. Okay, what do you? I actually want to know. I'm more curious. What do you like? Because the Alvin and Chipmunks films, like, they were just like no joy, no autism. Can I pin? Why can't I pin that message? Why would it let me pin it? Mods, can someone pin this message, please? I can't pin it for some reason. Am I not signed in? Why can't I pin this message? That's mean. It won't let me pin it. Mods, pin that comment.
The Garfield.
I can't pin it. Why is it not pinnable? What's happening?
You know, the Smurfs. It's literally those movies, but it has Sonic in it, so you pretend it's good. The writing is stupid. He references out-of-date pop culture nonsense. It's a cheaply made movie because, like, it's just live action with, like, CGI characters and shit. I know maybe the third one had a bigger budget or something, you know, looks a little better, whatever, but, like, the movies are crap, the games are crap, Sonic's crap.
So what, you haven't seen the third one? What the? Crazy, brother. I'm gonna be honest. Crazy.
Team Mario all the way. Mario's always been better. Mario's always gonna be better. He's garbage. So yeah, Sonic sucks. Sonic's games suck. If you like them, fine. I'm not telling you. I'm not saying you suck, but those games suck, and you need to get better taste. Starting it off with a bang. Am I right?
A predictable bang. I'll say that. Very predictable bang. You know, that's what I'll say.
You know what else is overrated?
Go for it.
Kojima, the guy who made the Metal Gear series. Hey, guess what? He kind of sucks too. Why are we treating...
Kojima hate in 2025? A little... That's a little wild, isn't it? That's just a little crazy, isn't it? We're overrating people again. I'm just like, that's wild, brother. He made graduation. Okay, lay on me, brother. Lay on me.
Treating him like he's some kind of game design legend. He's not. He's done like what, 1 series? Did he do Ape Escape as well? I don't know, but like, who cares?
I mean, Miyamoto, like, I guess Miyamoto started multiple series, but like, what would you consider like worthy of being like having a legacy in video games? Does that make sense? Like, what would you consider? How many series do you have to make multiple series? I mean, these are all interesting conversations he's not going to get into, so I'm just going to keep playing the video. We can point and laugh at him some more.
Why is this guy put on the same level as like Anuma or Mr. Miyamoto or something? Like, he's not a legend. I get it. Jeff Keighley is obsessed with him for some reason, but like, okay, who cares? The Metal Gear games are kind of cool. I don't think they're bad, but like, the guy clearly just wants to be a movie director, but he'd be a really shitty movie director and he couldn't cut it as a movie director. So he just uses video games as an excuse to do like crappy movies. So yeah, I don't know. Kojima, he's not a legend. I don't get it. Maybe he's a very nice guy. Cool. But his games are overrated. Like, he's not a legendary designer.
Overrated gamers. Oh no. Calling a human being overrated is very, very strange. I'll be honest. Conceptually, it just makes no sense, right? Because if people resonate with someone's work enough that you just happen not to, fair enough. But like, calling a whole ass human being overrated, like, that just seems a bit weird to me. Does that make sense? There's something about it that just seems a bit weird to me. Oh man. So, thanks, Bacon. Silent Hill 2 was good. Point invalid. True. Absolutely. Winston Churchill's overrated. An overrated flop. Nothing he did mattered. You know, his legacy meant nothing.
And he's like, I don't know, Kojima. Okay, like, what's the big deal? I don't get it.
Okay, well, that's the thing. You don't really get it. Like, I think what makes this video kind of not really work as intended is that I don't think you're. What would make this a bit more interesting, I don't know, Mr. BitBlock, you said you're finally coming back to YouTube, you're trying to get your sea legs, but you've been out of the game for a bit long, so let me give you some advice, all right? What I would say is that, like, if you came from a position of understanding why something is and then saying you don't appreciate it, then fair. But, like, it seems like you don't even understand why people like Kojima in the first place. So saying he's a bit overrated comes across as a bit hater energy, which is a bit fair. I mean, that seems to be what you're going for. Like, I see no joy in those eyes, brother, I'm going to be honest. So, we'll let him continue.
Passes in video games are actually cool.
Hang on, what?
Battle passes in video games are actually cool.
Now, hang on. Now, okay, hang on. This is something I could talk about more. With the Kojima one, I couldn't really pause and talk about. That was just more, I'll leave that to the masses. With this one, I actually do have a take. I do have something I can agree with him on, which is, I do think battle passes conceptually are very, very good. The issue is that every game essentially has one. Every free-to-play game has one now. Firstly, so that means, and while the progression of being able to play the game to unlock stuff is amazing, having multiple games use that same model kind of make each game feel like a second-time job. You know what I mean? Like, you clock in for, like, it's less that you're playing the game because you want to progress and gain rewards, but more, since every game is doing this model now, it feels like you're checking into. I know people that literally check into like every game to like get their dailies and so I feel like the model has kind of lost its appeal over time because of that fact. And secondly, and I think this is the more pertinent one, is that a lot of the times the battle passes aren't really as worth it as you would like. There's very few games that have battle passes. I'm like, oh, I really want to grind for that. And then thirdly, I think this is more specifically to me. The FOMO, I mentioned the FOMO as well. The FOMO is also pretty shit. FOMO doesn't really bother me too much, but I understand it, definitely. The FOMO aspect can be annoying. And I think the other aspect is that, fuck, I completely forgot what my train of thought was going to be. Was the FOMO? There was something else. There was something else I wanted to, yap about. But I completely forgot. It'll come back to me in a second. I'm sure he'll mention it'll come back to me in a second. But yeah, there's like, conceptually it's amazing, but there's a lot of things why in the big 25, it's a harder sell. That's what I would say. Is he going to acknowledge that, chat? Is he going to acknowledge that?
I don't know why people hate battle passes. Now, I will fully admit there might be some reason that I don't know, but to me, a battle pass is like, hey, it's a game. Mm-hmm. Oftentimes, hang
on. I remember my final point. A lot of games use battle passes as in lieu of any sort of traditional progression. Now, I remember back when I used to play like Call of Duty, they used to have like entire giant lists of challenges that you could do. Oh, stick a grenade onto a sticky grenade onto a teammate and have them run into someone and kill them, or win a game with the enemy team capturing your home base flag at all. It's like, oh, these really cool challenges that the game like crafted for you to be able to play the game and get a sense of progression, unlock these cool extra bits. Whereas a lot of that is now tied behind battle pass progression in very uncreative ways. Like not only is that sort of progression tied behind a battle pass, a lot of it is just play the game and you unlock stuff, you know? Like gone are the ways of these like really cool, unique challenges for really cool, unique rewards. It's all just, hey, play the game and get XP and you progress. Teehee, you know? Like at least one thing, Pokemon Go is actually quite interesting in that regard, that once you reach level 40 in Pokemon Go, which will take you a very, very long time, but in order to progress every level past that, there's a list of challenges you have to do along with getting the XP requirement. It's like, oh, that's actually quite interesting. I have like an extra bit of progression to aim for in order to achieve every level up. Modern video games don't really do that. They use a battle pass in lieu of that sort of thing, which also adds to the lameness. And the fact that you said that you don't know why is indicative of the fact that you have not played enough games with battle passes to be able to cook this opinion, so it just comes across as very shallow, Mr. Block. But continue.
To play a game, and you pay a small fee to get the battle pass, and there's like 100 rewards in the battle pass, and it gives you a reason to keep coming back to the game every day or two. Or
in concept,
whatever,
yes.
For like a 3-month period before they introduce a new battle pass. So like Fortnite, for example. I know it's changed recently, but you know, because they have like 3 or 4 battle passes now. But it used to be great. And the cool thing about a battle pass is if you get every one of the rewards, you got enough in-game coins to freely purchase the next battle pass and not have to pay a dime. So like,
not every game does that though, which again is something he's not going to acknowledge because he's not really cooked this opinion as to a crisp, really.
Why is that bad? I'm sure there are some that are crappy, but overall, I don't know why the internet and gamers in general like cringe and moan at the idea of a battle pass. Like, battle passes can be really cool. I like battle passes.
Well, it's because the goodwill of battle passes have worn off. That's why. Like, now when I see a game that has a battle pass, my brain is like, let me guess. You're going to have... The start of the battle pass is going to have some really cool rewards to incentivize you to buy it immediately. And then maybe, like, tier 80, 90, and 100 out of it is going to have the actual cool shit that everyone wants to see. You see what I mean? That's what it is now, brother. The goodwill is gone. The goodwill is gone, boss. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's finished. Finito. Khalas. Come on. I think battle passes are a whole lot of crap. Usually what makes them enjoyable is whether the game itself is enjoyable. No, I disagree. I think having a sense of progression in a game can make a game a lot more fun. I think if Mario Kart had a battle pass, you'd probably play it a lot more. But I guarantee you haven't booted up Mario Kart Deluxe in a while because there's just no reason to play it because you've probably played it all out, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a Mario Kart went from doing little challenges on little vehicles just collecting coins. You see, yeah, it just doesn't really make sense, does it? It's just kind of boring. It's just a little boring.
This is a good one. So people are gonna be like, "Oh, Josh is a Mario fanboy hating on Sonic earlier in the video." Hey, guess what? You ready for this, Mario fans?
Okay.
Super Mario Odyssey sucks. It is
boring. Boring. It's not even that I disagree. It's just boring because I know what you're gonna say. It's some of the moons are really boring. That's what it's gonna be. It's just gonna. This is gonna be so boring, isn't it? Oh my goodness me. I'm giving you one chance, but point and laugh. I'll give you one chance to actually give me a unique reason as to why you dislike Odyssey, because like every reason I've heard as to why Odyssey isn't that great either stems from a personal preference in what you want out of a 3D Mario, or it's a simple case of you had this scrimbly drimbly bug in your brain that insists that you get 100% completion in a game that very clearly didn't quite want you to get 100% completion. And that's just your fault, really. If you're one of those, but there's a million moons, Moresty, and I had to... That's your fault. I'm sorry. Get out. I got as many moons as I needed to get to the darker side, beat the darker side, and I called it a day, right? And I had a lot of fun with that game. If you felt the need to do any more, that's entirely on you, loser. But what's Odyssey? What's BitBlock gonna say?
It is not one of the best 3D adventure games ever. It sucks. It's an empty game where you do stupid, unfun tasks that are copied and pasted throughout every world. The worlds are totally disorienting. In one world, you're in like a shitty, realistic city with ugly, realistic humans.
No joy, no whimsy? No joy, no whimsy, gamers? That's sad. Like, New Dog City was probably one of my favorites just because of how cathartic it was seeing Mario amongst the humans. Do you know what I mean?
And then in the
This
next
is
one, you have
sad.
this, like low poly, faceted, overly colorful.
No joy, no whimsy gamers. Jesus Christ. Welcome back, ABGN reviews.
World with giant
Oh,
vegetables, and it's just like, what even is this game?
It's
The variety is what makes it fun.
Yes!
No, it doesn't.
Does
the
it not?
Drastically different art styles is just.
Hang on. What the hell? No, it doesn't. Guys, all of a sudden, gamers, all of a sudden, I hate Mario. No! What the? The joy and whimsy is leaving me, gamers. Oh no! I'm becoming boring. I don't know what to say. Oh no. Oh no, gamers, it's happening. It's happening. I'm not becoming blue. I'm becoming dark. Oh no, gamers. Oh no, I'm becoming boring. I'm becoming boring and bland. No! I've completely lost all my color and physique. No! I'm boring now. I'm so boring. That's how you sound, okay? That's how you sound. Boring.
Feel segmented and weird. Also, it doesn't even have that many art styles. You're either in this like faux realistic kind of setting or some like really stupid, like overly simple setting. Even like the Mushroom Kingdom area, it just looks crappy. It's not colorful enough. It's like kind of realistic in some ways. It's just an ugly looking game. The gameplay is very repetitive and boring.
No joy, no whimsy.
I'm sorry, I hate that game, and I hope.
I wonder what is his favorite 3D Mario? I'm curious. Does he even like any of them? Repetitive and boring on all of them? Like in that case, if Odyssey is, then surely all of them are, right?
Never do anything like that again. I hope Cappy is burning in hell where he belongs. Some of the music is great. Jump Up Superstar is like one of the best tracks of music in any Mario game.
Break Free Lead the Way. Break Free Lead the Way.
But yeah, I just
didn't even mention Break Free Lead the Way. That's how you know he's sloppy. Terrible reviewer.
And that game is a bunch of empty, vapid worlds with nothing to do in them, and an ugly art style. I hate that game, and it's a bad game. It's a bad game.
Brother. I bet. Where's that? I bet you felt great saying that, huh? Sad. Honestly. Such a shame.
2D Metroid games are boring.
He came after the first he came for the Sonic fans, and I did not care because I am not a Sonic fan. Then he came for the Mario fans, and I did not care because I'm not a Mario fan. But then he came for the Metroid fans, and there was no one left to defend me. This is just bait. This is great bait, mate. I rate it at 8. What is happening? This is just contrarian, isn't it? Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I don't care about them. I tried to play Super Metroid back on like in the days of the Wii for the first time, and I just found it really clunky and boring. I don't care about 2D Metroid games, and I wouldn't care if they ever made a new 2D Metroid game ever again. The one they made on the Switch, what was it, Metroid Dread? Yeah, it just so kind of ugly and boring.
This looks ugly, by the way, guys.
I'm like, wow, this is nowhere near as fun as a 3D Metroid game. The Metroid Prime games are the greatest Metroid games. Super Metroid is overrated and outdated. This one might be the least.
So was it you shit on Odyssey for having like bright, colorful, colorly areas, and then what? Like this one doesn't have enough colors and it looks horrible. What's happening here? Oh, bomb indeed, my friends. Bro's top of watch paint dry. Top 500 watch paint dry fan. Honestly, he must be. He must be.
Controversial in the entire video because thank God I think a lot of people agree with.
To be fair, that's how you sound to me. I'm reading this in a straw man voice. To be fair, the dreamy atmosphere of Metroid isn't for everyone. Yeah, it's fine, but the nature of this video lends itself to being extremely like questionable when it comes to saying takes like this. Like if you don't like 2D Metroid, that's fine, but when you're voicing it in a video and this is how you frame it, it's like. What do you want me to do, brother? What do you want me to do? Like, there's nothing. I've got nothing to go off of. You're just wrong and skibbity. That's all I can say. You know what I mean? He's just wrong and cringe and skibbity toilet.
With me on this? The original Luigi's Mansion is the only Luigi's Mansion that actually counts. The sequel.
Really? I was trying to play devil's advocate. I rate you, Tim. I appreciate that.
Are nowhere even close to being as good as the original. The original captured something truly special, and every one of the sequels is too bright, too colorful, too soft looking, a little bit too.
This is literally, goddamn, oh man, my Mario isn't badass anymore. I missed it when Luigi, yeah, oh man, I'm a fucking Luigi's just a fucking soy boy now. This is Trump's America now. We can't be having colors.
They're just not spooky enough, and just the art style and the way they approach everything is all wrong, and the original game is really the only one that matters. I would be perfectly happy if we never got another Luigi's Mansion game ever again.
Point and laugh game is point and laugh. I do think it's like, admittedly, this is like the only take where I'm like, I can actually see like a kernel of a point being made in that. There is something quite unique about Luigi's Mansion 1's atmosphere that the other two kind of veered in a different direction of slightly. So I can understand if you appreciate that more than the others, but to straight up say the others don't count and they shouldn't make another is like insane. This is the same guy, gamers, who would see one of his childhood cartoons getting a reboot and he would unironically be fucking fuming at it. When it's either, one, the reboot could be amazing, in which case, holy shit, 2 cakes, or 2, the remake is shit, but you've still got the original, so why does it matter? That's this guy. That's this guy right here. You know what I mean? Point and laugh, gamers. Point and laugh. It literally has the Mario Kart Tour. I don't like it, therefore it's not a mainline game. But for games that are undoubtedly sequels, see, it's cringe when the Tour haters do it. Imagine a real guy doing this, like a real guy. You know what I mean? God damn, brother, that's crazy.
Next Level Games, the developer of the sequels, had no business being in charge of Luigi's Mansion. They've done a poor job. The original one on the GameCube is all that matters, and I really hope we get a beautiful remastered version of that game someday, maybe on the Switch too. But
we had it on the we had it on the 3DS, brother. How long ago has this video been in the oven, brother? We literally had it on the 3DS. What are you talking? Not only are you a hater, you're an outdated hater, brother. What are we doing here? AI. He's showing 3DS. He's showing 3DS. Why would it be on the Switch too then? No one cares about your scribbly dribbly that much, little gut. But come on now.
Yeah. The sequels to Luigi's Mansion are just yuck.
No, that's fine.
Tears of the Kingdom was a disappointment.
No, this is just wrong. You know, this is less you're being a contrarian, but more, you're just wrong. You're just absolutely wrong. You're wrong and skibbity.
It's kind of weird though, because like I feel like Tears of the Zelda.
Finally, a good take. Embarrassing. 1 minute of Dimitri. All right. Actually, autism in gaming. 1 minute of Sonic. 1 minute of Sonic for you, okay?
Tears of the Kingdom, right? I feel like I love the game and don't like it at the same time. I like the idea of the things they added, but overall, it just doesn't feel like a new game.
Yeah, it's a sequel.
I don't look at Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom as two totally different games.
No, one is the sequel to the other, which took the original one as a building block to build more. It's generally what sequels do. Of course, Breath of the Wild was going to feel fresh and unique because it literally was. Yes.
I'm not even thinking about it. I just instinctively feel like it's an update. Tears of the Kingdom is an update.
No, it's a we have a word for that. We've had a word for that for the last, well, for as long as video games have been around. It's called a squeakquel. It's called a squeakquel. It's a squeakquel. That's what it is.
Date. And yeah, there's a decent amount of content, but not enough. I felt like they were going to do a lot.
Okay, that's fine. If you don't think they did enough, that's fine to justify it as a sequel. But that's what it is. Is he a buzzword Bill? He's a buzzword Barry. He's a buzzword Barry for sure.
A lot more than they ended up doing. And so Tears of the Kingdom, honestly, is not worth $70. It's not a game that feels like it was in development for like 5 or 6 years. It feels like a game that should have come out like 2 years after Breath of the Wild.
How do you know this? Like, are you like a guy that knows development cycles? Like, if it took him that long, it took him that long. Like, it's just how it goes. Like, I've always kind of hated that as a bit of an argument because even though the amount of years relative to how it looks might not match up, how do you know that it's literally been in development for that long? Does that make sense? Like, how do you know what they had to do, what they had to redo? Like, did they have complications? Like, we don't know that. Does that make sense? So I've always thought that was a bit of a weird tangent when people go on. I always thought it was a bit weird.
I like fusing the weapons, you know,
Yeah, those are
making
fun.
different things with that. And I do like the changes they made in the environment, but it just all didn't feel like it was really... I mean, Breath of the Wild was one of the biggest video games of all time.
Yeah.
And then the sequel does not feel like it took that seriously. It just...
No, it's because it's a sequel, that's why. It's the same way that Mario Galaxy 2 didn't have that same groundbreaking impact that the original did, because it's a sequel. It took what the original did, mixed up some things, gave you something more to play around with. That's what it is. It's like the first ever time I had red velvet cake. Red velvet cake. Oh, I was like, holy shit, red velvet cake? This shit's amazing. It's like the best cake I've ever had. But like every time I have it now, I'm like, oh, hell yeah, more red velvet cake. I'm not having that first feeling when I first had it ever, because that's impossible. You see? Breath of the Wild was my first time having red velvet cake, and I was like, holy shit, this is the best cake ever. Every other cake is obsolete. And TK was more red velvet cake. I'm like, yeah! I still need to finish it.
feels lazy. And then finally, I am happy that Nintendo doesn't do those cringy social media videos anymore.
This is just no joy, no whimsy, isn't it? This is just no joy, no whimsy, chat. This is just sad. While the fact that they're gone is not something I'm gonna cry about, it's also something that if they were to bring back, I'd be like, okay, yeah, sure. You know, this is just no joy, no whimsy. This is hardly a controversial gaming opinion. This is just boomer, like old man yells at cloud. This is just sad, brother. You could have been me, BitBlock Gaming. You could have been me. You could have been full of joy and whimsy in the world. I've got PLZA in the horizon to look forward to. I've got Metroid Prime 4 to look forward to. I've got big plans for the channel to look forward to. No joy, no whimsy, brother.
Like where they'd have Reggie and Bill Trinan doing a Yokai Watch dance or something. Or like when they had Nintendo Minute or Nintendo Week. I'm happy they're not that company anymore. And I know, I would say that's controversial because I know a lot of fans liked that era of Nintendo.
It was charming, yeah.
Like the Wii U days where Nintendo was like always trying to like do these cringy things. Like it's the ice bucket challenge and we got Reggie.
Okay, of all the... hang on. Of all the things for you to... Of all the examples you could have used, the ice bucket challenge? You mean that one where they were donating for charity that like the world kind of took part in? That's the one you go after? Of all the examples you could have used, you could have shown us so many other examples of like cringy Nintendo things. And I'd be like, you know what? I'll give you a pass for that. I disagree, but I'll give you a pass. Literally everyone was like, this was for charity, brother. This was people doing a little bit of whimsy for a good cause. That's like if I was a YouTuber like I am now at the time the Ice Bucket Challenge happened and someone nominated me, I probably would have. Actually, I definitely would have done it because it just seemed like something fun to do, to give to charity and spread awareness of ALS. You know, I know what that is because of this now. So this is just no joy, no charity.
You know, I know
this is sad, brother.
Reggie, he was funny and everything, but just I kind of like Nintendo being more professional and not doing those like cringy social media videos like Nintendo Minute with Kit and Krista. I felt like that made the company feel cheaper and less professional.
If anything, that's kind of one of the things I hate. Point and laugh, gamers, point and laugh. If anything, that's one of the things I kind of, I want to say despise, but it's one of those elements I do kind of miss a little about video games. Now, growing up with me, one of the things I think I said this before, one thing I really liked about the video games of like the 90s, the 2000s, if there's one thing I'm genuinely nostalgic for, and I'm kind of upset we won't get back, I've always been on your side, chat. I've always been on the side that gaming is amazing now. If anybody says gaming isn't fun, gaming isn't dead, fuck you, you're wrong and boring. But if there's one thing I genuinely do miss that I just don't think we're ever going to get back, it was kind of the, what's the word? It was the amateurishness of the video game industry of the past, because like a relatively new industry, it wasn't as big as it was now, so people were kind of like just doing whatever they were doing, you know? I really, really miss that. So, and Nintendo in the Wii U era was like prime that. Did that make sense? Like, am I okay that it's kind of gone? Somewhat, but it's a bit of a shame. It's a bit of a shame, do you know what I mean? That like most companies just don't have that whimsy in anymore. Which, yeah, if it makes for better games and a better industry as a whole, then that's a fair trade, but it is something I sorely miss, you know? Yeah, throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks out. Yes, 100% I miss that amateurishness in the video game industry. And to say that you hate it because it came across as less professional. It's like, it's probably the saddest thing I've heard in this video, BitBlock. I'll be real with you. Like, all of your other controversial gaming takes, I'm like, yeah, whatever, you're just trolling. But this one is just like crazy. Get along with this guy. That's unbelievable, you know? I really don't mind a lot of stuff is gone. I prefer them to get straight to the point, but they're definitely cute moments. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's how I feel. Is like, is it, am I sad that it's gone? But like, it definitely, like, I wouldn't hate on it, you know what I mean? I wouldn't hate on it. Blood, that's crazy. You know what really grinds my gears? Nintendo being silly. He's too young. That's what it is. How old is this guy? Like, is this guy like in his mid-20s? Mid-20s is like your, no, sorry, early 20s is like your peak, no joy, no whimsy phase, you know? Because that's when it was for me. Like, I was grinding out work shifts. I was taking everything so seriously. But then you grow up and realize, hang on, I've got like 40 more years of this shit before I can retire and get a pension. I might as well have a bit of fun with it. He's 38? There's no way this guy is 38. There is absolutely no I don't, but there is no way. There's no way. You're supposed to get jollier as you get older because you realize that time is fleeting. Brother, what? There's no way he's pushing 40. I'm not lying. So he's older than me? Jesus Christ. That's the most embarrassing thing about this video. You're not even in your, like, I'm in the trenches, I'm gonna fight for video games phase of like your early 20s, like most 20-year-olds tend to be, or even like teenagers tend to be. You're fucking 38, mate. Go start a family, bro. What are you doing making 2,000 view videos on the internet? Brother, start a business. What are we doing? Oh man, I can't believe this. He's 100% in his 30s. I've never seen this guy in 2014. He looked the exact same. Brother, that's great. Hang on. Can I do a little bit of like exploring? Hang on, chat. If I sort by oldest, hang on. What's this? We tore Boom Bash. Can I get like a picture of his like face? Yeah, he looks like he's about in his 20s here. Does that make sense? 15? Yeah, he's definitely in his 30s. He looks like he's about, I would say, like 20, 21 here. So he has to be like 35 now, if this is 15 years old. Oh, good lord. You're supposed to get happier as you age, brother, I'm telling you. Every single person I've met, like around my age, is like recalls the time where they were like, oh, I remember being in my 20s and so stressed and so annoyed and so, oh, where does the time go, huh? Yeah, I think even Sabletooth can attest to that, right? Like, in your 20s, you might be a bit more like, but now you're just kind of like, that's life. That's what other people say. You're flying high in April, shut down in May. That's how it goes. Frank Sinatra sang about this. Come on.
Remember the cringy Nintendo Week thing they did in the Wii days with like, what was his name? Ryan and Tiffany. Who the hell knows what their names were? But they were just like hired actors that were like really bad at acting. And so they were just cringe. I'm glad Nintendo is less cringe. I'm glad they don't do those like reaching out to the fans goofy moments anymore.
You're just old, brother. You're just old. You're just old, man. I'm so sorry, BitBlock. You're just old. Start a family, brother. Just start a family, brother. You need to have some joy in your life, brother. Like, whenever I wake up and I get to realize, you know what? I want to do a live stream today. I get to have some fun on the stream today. You know, that's amazing. I get to do a security job, which I don't like it. I don't hate it. That's amazing. I get to hang out with my fiance. I get to go up to Manchester and hang out with my nephews. Oh, that's just joy. I've got so much joy. Let me give you some joy. I'll canned joy. Let me give you some canned joy, brother. Give me your PO box. I'll send you some canned joy because I've got a lot of it to spare, brother. But I'm telling you.
I know that a lot of people.
I'm telling you, man.
On that. I know they loved that stuff. I do love when Reggie showed his.
Hang on. Hey, BitBlock. Do you know what's cringy and unprofessional? Having Pikmin flowers on your desk and a Mario Kart toys on your set. Unbelievable. This guy hates Chris. Go on, vacation. Like, yeah, bro. Have you ever been to like Marrakesh? Like fucking, I don't know, like go see fucking Vatican City or some shit. I don't know, man. Like go see the Eiffel Tower. Fucking go to Portugal. They've got some cool spots, you know. I don't know. Go to Turkey. There's some cool resorts in Turkey. Have some fun, brother. Have some whimsy.
Crossing house off. So some of that works, but a lot of what they were doing back in the day, looking back at it, I'm just like, ugh. They feel desperate. They feel unprofessional. They just feel like, I don't know. I'm happy Nintendo's more, you know, like legitimate now.
They always were. It's just like when I remember we did that stream where we looked back at like some of the old ads, And for me, it was like they definitely made me laugh with how bad they were. But like, I'm not hating them because they were that. Like, I don't hate them because they're unprofessional. I hate them because, well, I don't hate them, but I laugh at them because they were kind of like shitty, shoddily put together, you know? Like, it was very clear they didn't really have much of a direction, you know? That's what made me laugh. I don't hate them. They were just like charming in their own special way.
Folks, that is it. Thank you so much. You made it to the
You should
end
be
of the
thanking me.
video.
You should be, honestly. I don't know how I made
Why do
this
you
far.
look so angry?
I'm not, brother. I'm telling you. I'm just... Go start... That's my equivalent of saying, like, go watch... You know when I meet... Like, when I watch a video and the guy's, like, 18 years old, I'm like, go watch Chowder. Go watch Chowder, little... Go watch Chowder. Go watch a Phineas and Ferb, little bro. That's the... Go start a family, bro. Go start a family, bro.
What's with the pitchforks and all the
There are
torches,
none.
guys?
Brother, if the views are anything to go by, there's none. There's none, brother. There's none.
I was just joking. This whole video was a joke.
Trolling? Nice.
It's just a joke, guys. Just a joke,
Epic.
bro.
Epic.
No, it wasn't. Sonic does suck. Mario Odyssey is garbage.
Oh, yeah?
Kojima is overrated. I
Yeah?
meant every word I said.
Okay.
Try and come for me.
My brother in Christ, you're making YouTube videos on the internet at the ripe old age of 38. What's with this tough guy persona? Yeah, I'm a tough, what, meet you outside the Tesco Metro? Like, what are we doing here, bro? Who is this tough guy act for? And the worst part is, if you're 38, you remember back in the day when people used to unironically do this shit, this whole tough guy internet, meet me in real life. And now we go, yeah, that shit's kind of cringe. We don't do that anymore. That shit was terrible, right? You're doing it again. You're bringing it back in the large 25. Meet me in real life, and then what? So you can run away? Am I large physique? Is that what you do? Because listen, if we were to get in a fight, who is... What's my mum? My mum is messy. I'm taking off my smartwatch because I'm talking to you, BitBlock. My mistake. I'm taking off my smartwatch. You, young man, you old man, are too old, and I diagnose you with a vacation somewhere in Hawaii. Okay.
You don't got it in you to take me down.
I'm not gonna, because you didn't violate any copyright. That's the only reason I'd take you down, but something tells me you didn't mean that.
I think it's probably bad to threaten your audience in YouTube videos. Is that bad? Is it bad for the algorithm to make people hate you on purpose?
Not necessarily. Negativity does sell, but I don't... something tells me this didn't quite hit the algorithm you were hoping for, brother. There was not enough... Not enough Subway Surfers. Not enough Subway Surfers, brother. You said you've been no, not DK. There's not enough there's not enough Subway Surfers, brother. You gotta get out. You gotta get out, brother. You gotta get out. He definitely crossed the street if he saw you. Something tells me he would. But Mr. BitBlock, I would just say I'll say it again. I said it many a time, gamers. Point a laugh at him. Star family. Go talk to your wife. Go talk to your kids, bro. Get off the internet, man. I love it when there's someone that's older than me, because I get to make those jokes. I usually get to make the little gut jokes, you know? Zoomer. Go watch your Phineas and Ferb. It's actually quite refreshing to be able to do the other side, you know? Go pay your taxes. Go pay your taxes, old man. Go pick up your local newspaper and do a crossword puzzle. Go do old man things. Feed the dogs by the ponds. Oh, man. But either way, chicanerous enough. Are we Bravo 6 in, gamers? Are we Bravo 6 in? Let's have a look, shall we? Put your night vision goggles on, gamers. We're going into the zone. Let's have a look, shall we? Alright, let's go. Tier 2 disappointment isn't controversial. Yeah, that's Bizarre's biggest appeal is exploration. As somebody played Breath of the Wild, having the same map took the fun out of exploration. Yeah, I suppose. Isn't it more interesting when someone's nuanced and has an opinion and stuff? Huh? I'll never understand. I don't know. Maybe it just took longer. Maybe they were just trying to think of more. Maybe they couldn't think of any ideas, so it took them longer. I don't know. My controversial gaming opinion is that Splatoon is super boring. I don't see why it's popular. I definitely know why it's popular. The concept of a shooter where the residuals of what you shoot also becomes terrain for you to traverse is an amazing game design concept. Like, truly is. In fact, I'm more upset that I'm not more into Splatoon, because I think the gameplay of it is fantastic. It really is. The first game is the only good one, IMO. No, the first game was the one that you got into, and then since the sequel was the sequel and you couldn't get into that, you hated it. It's the classic Call of Duty syndrome. Do you know what I mean? Call of Duty syndrome. The one I played was good, the rest of them suck, even though they're all just the same game. That being said, Call of Duty Ghosts did suck. That was the only Call of Duty that did suck. The rest of them are just not my scribbly dribbly. The GameCube is overrated. I like this. I like it. I like that. I like that. Default down. This was not a controversial take in the early 2000s. Everyone over 40 old remembers how bad the value was for that system relative to the PS2. That's true. We offered a DVD player and backwards compatibility for the same price. Moreover, the GameCube wasn't not hamstrung by a controller with a 2-hour battery life with like the Wii U. The U was actually underrated when you look at all the features that came with straight out of the box. It failed by only due to marketing, but the highest selling Switch. Sure, I'll leave a underrated mention. My eyes glaze over, chat. My eyes glaze over. Go sit in your corner, chat. Go sit in your corner. But I really put the Smurfs movie in the same category as Sonic. How does he reply? You're right, Smurfs was better. Yeah, he's trying. Listen, BitBlock, you're trying too hard, brother. You're trying too hard, man. Come on, brother. Go start a family, man. Kingdom Hearts fans and Pokemon will eat whatever's put in front of them without question. Both series need to evolve. But fans are complacent. Why are you like? You acting like it's my like Panamal 98. You acting like it's my fault. Like if a Japanese suited man came up to me and gave me a whip and said, "Listen, the more you whip the Game Freak employees into shape, the faster they work." I'm like, "Yeah, must work, you damn lazy devs." If I could do that. Make Breath of the Wild graphics. Come on. I'll get the lions in here. You're making it seem like that works. Like it's my fault. Oh, brother man. It does need to evolve a bit, sure, but what's happening here? These comments suck. Sonic Adventure 2 will always hold a special... Autism again. Classic. Please fix Shrek for us. Oh, God. He really is old, isn't he, chat? He really is old. Where's Demetrius here? Oh, Go is fun. It's back and better than ever. I think you might like Bowser's Fury. The way to obtain a cat shine is a lot more varied and interesting than the power moves. The only issue is that it's short. Demetrius, I'm going to be honest. I'm a bit disappointed with you. Not that you left the comment, but you actually took this video in earnest. Although, to be fair, you as a spade would call a spade, right, Demetrius? Right? You would know something about being controversial for the sake of being controversial, right, Demetrius? I'm on to you. Birds of a feather, huh? Birds of a feather. Stick together, eh? Punch clock, my man. Wizards? Full of witchcraft and wizardry. Thank you so much for membering at the highest tier. I really do appreciate it. Go back to December to me. We might do a Where Are They Now. Game recognizes game, exactly. We might have a look at Demetrius again. You know, it's been a while. We might do a Where Are They Now segment next month. We'll leave him for now. Bowser's Fury is great in all fairness, so... He's right on his analysis. I'm glad Nintendo dropped the mascot employees entirely. What I mean by this is Reggie and Iwata. I have no hate towards these people, but I don't like how they're almost treated as quirky characters in a lot of Nintendo Directs and marketing. They're businessmen and women at the end of the day. They're not these silly old mascots. It gives me the company as your friend was so silly and funny energy IMO. You kind of saw the Xbox community with Phil Spencer for a while. Leave the mascot feels to actual characters. I'm glad Nintendo has tried to make Doug Bowser and Shinto Furukawa like that, mostly just in the background. This is just more of a preference sort of thing. I don't mind if they were to do this. I also don't mind if they do this. I'm okay either way. I'm okay. I'm just okay. You see, exactly, this person talks about what we did in that, you know. It's the worst take I've ever seen on my... I found the autistic, guys. I found him. I found him. Kind of real though. So, okay, yeah, definitely found the autistic. I found him, guys. I found him. One of the best games ever. Who's with him, huh? Who's with him? Bit much. Please stop with the autistic joke. Said like a true autistic. Classic. The autistic community and say, you are not welcome. No, you know, I like you all, don't worry. You're all fine. Except, and actually no, the ones that think, was you talk about trains, please? Next stream will be an autism-friendly stream, okay? Don't worry. What else have we got? The world is healing. Is it really? Is it really? Is that Shifu, huh? Is there anything else? Yeah, mostly these comment section kind of ass. I'll be real. This comment section kind of ass. Have I got the pass? Have I got the A-word pass? Have I got it, gamers? Have I got it? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Very, very kind of you. Oh, is this Strudel? Was this secretly Strudel? Classic. Classic. We'll leave it. I don't think there's anything. Hang on. Can we sort by new before we leave? Hang on. You remind me of that old satire ironic YouTuber who made sarcastic Nintendo video game retrospectives. YouTube Dude 101. YouTube Dude 101 April, guys? Yeah? There's nothing interesting here. I'm hoping for some more, a bit too arrogant like that. Can we chill with that dog? Hey, can we chill with that dog? You know, you're right. He does need to chill with that dog. Does need to. Either way, I'll leave it there. Either way, closing thoughts, Mr. BitBlock. Bait used to be believable. I'll leave it that way. Bait used to be believable, brother. Bait used to be believable. And when you're done neglecting your family, come back with better content, okay? Come back with better content. We'll leave it there. Let's resume the music. We need the hello neighbor like and subscribe. We do, don't we, guys? We don't do it. Guys, look at thing. Guys, look at thing. Look at thing. Like and subscribe, guys, if you're watching the stream. Come on. Come on, guys. I'm 2 likes away from doing this full-time, gamers. I'm 2 likes away. Come on. Come on. Hello neighbor, do it again, hello neighbor, man. Do it again. Yes. Yes. Either way. Should we go on to the next segment of the day, gamers?